United November.
Yeah, no worries at all. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And we do try to get out here as much as possible. If you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. We'll be starting our YouTube live stream here in a couple of minutes. So if you want to come back around again, we'd love to get you on the channel as well. If not, we certainly understand. But anyway, thanks for giving us a call. Terrific signal, 59 plus. So I'm hoping that's the rest of the night goes that way as well. You take care, and we'll say 7-3. It's Kilo Bravo 8 Zulu Uniform November. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll go ahead and clear with you. How about the mobile station? Give me your call again, please.
Bravo 4 November Delta Kilo.
Okay, I heard the Delta Kilo. Give me the rest. Give me the front end again, if you would, please.
Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo QSL.
Yeah, I got you that time. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Nathan, I believe that's correct. Looks like outside of Charlotte. Hopefully we got the logger in there correctly. There, go ahead.
Yeah, QSL outside of Charlotte. I'm actually in South Carolina right now, mobile, going back to North Carolina. Was down at the club meeting for the local club down in South Carolina at their open house tonight. And appreciate you picking me up here. I'm very good.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Well, I'll tell you, you're doing pretty good. You're between 5.7, 5 and 8 in the receive here. Again, the QTH, we're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. We had some time this evening, thought we would give it a go. So nice to see this band is open. Went a little bit north, and now we're down in South Carolina on the mobile there. So very nice. I'm glad we get a chance to get a contact with you there. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL, it's good to talk to you, too. I've talked to you before. You sound great down here. You're 10 over 9, and you're doing great. And appreciate you picking me up as I motor up Interstate 77. Over.
Oh, yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, we decided to break out the big amp tonight, so we're doing a little extra, probably around 7.5 to maybe 800, just to help out. The other amp is kind of limited to around 500 or so. We haven't had this one running for a while, so we decided to get it hooked up. Yeah, I do see a couple of contacts. Last year, looks like on 4.5 and 8.4, we had 20 and 40. So nice to see that we're getting another one. Of course, you know, if I told you before, you get 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular, and you get all the perks and benefits. We have a party. We just throw confetti in your name. So one more contact, and Nathan, and you're in there, Roger.
Okay, well, I've got a goal to set, and I'm going to try to make it. Yeah. Appreciate you picking me up while I'm driving up here, and I have to check it out later on the live stream. 73, I know there's other folks waiting from Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Back to you.
I appreciate it very much. Hey, you motor out there safely. Sounds really good. I mean, the signal has been really solid. You know, usually they'll waver a little bit based on the terrain, but yeah, you're really solid, and the audio is really good. So, yeah, by all means, check it out. See what you think. But yeah, it's doing a fantastic job. We've never had much luck trying to get a mobile set up in any of our vehicles, so we've decided to leave it alone. We'll just do the portable stuff, but the mobiles we haven't been very successful. So, hey, listen, thanks again. Again, safe motoring back to the QTH. I'm glad that we were able to get contact with you there, and I appreciate that short standby and the other station there not taking the time there too much so we could get back to you. So anyway, be safe, be well, have a great what's left of the Wednesday evening, and we'll certainly look for you again as well, Nathan. You take care, my friend. Whiskey 4 November, a Delta Kilo, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, my friend. 7-3s.
73.
All right, you take care. QRZ, any other stations, please come with your call.
United November.
The United November station again, I believe. United November again?
Yep, Randy, I just got you in the log right before the mobile, but I wanted to get you one more time. I have my son here who's studying for his technician and one of his friends who's also interested, and we're watching your stream as well, so it's kind of neat to get it all going on and have them part of it. So just want to get you one more time so they could see it on the stream as well. 73 K0RWB KB8ZUN.
No, I'm more than happy to, and of course, you know, there's about a 20 or 30 second delay but from when we're shooting it and then actually gets put out across the stream. And take a look at your signal on my display. You're 20 over. You bumped up a little bit, so I'm not sure if the band got even better or you you decided to do a little something different on your end. But boy, that was terrific, that last go around. So no, glad to do it. This is the great thing about amateur radio, taking a couple of different mediums and kind of putting them together. Yeah, I think it's been a really great thing. We've enjoyed it. We've been doing it now for just about a year, and really have enjoyed it, and I think others do as well. So not much of a chance of really to get a chance to hear yourself on the air, so to speak, and this is really one way of doing it. So anyway, no problem at all. You're welcome anytime, of course. Anytime you hear us, by all means, give us a call, and we'll certainly pick it up again there. Roger?
Fine business, Randy. 7-3, thanks, and hope to catch you again.
Yeah, no problem at all. You take care. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Kilo November 4, Whiskey Tango Victor.
The Yankee Tango, I believe it was Victor. Give me the call again, please.
Kilo November 4, Whiskey Tango Victor.
Kilo November 4, Whiskey Tango Victor, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got it perfect. North Carolina, you're a 5-9 plus, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. If we've got it typed right and the logger is correct, thank you for coming back and giving us a call. I do appreciate it very much. Yeah, we've been out here just a little bit now, about 6 or 7 minutes, and my gosh, I tell you, everybody out there has just got great signals. So I'd like to think the band is in good shape. I'm looking at the numbers, the Sunspot, CFI, the Alpha Index, the KP, and they don't look like they're in very good shape. But my gosh, you guys out there on the Eastern Seaboard doing a great job. You're 5-9 plus. You're in the receive there, Roger.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. Sure like to hear that, and you're just real strong. Over.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but I'll have to give props where it is, and that's the equipment. As I was telling the other station, we broke out the other amplifier tonight, so it just got a little bit extra than what the other amplifier does. I hate to call CQ and nobody answers, so we want to make sure people can hear us there if all possible. We are live streaming on our channel as well. If you're interested in listening to our QSO and hear yourself on the air, you can go to QRZ. I've got a link that goes right to it, or you can go to YouTube. Just put in my call and look for the video that shows live or today's date. And about 5 minutes in is about where you and I started. You give a look and listen, see what you think. We're having fun with it. Hope others are as well there. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'll have to check that out. That sounds like a really nice service.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a whole lot of fun. And it was a service for me initially. I stumbled across my friend now, Alex, down in Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. He's got quite a YouTube channel. And I heard him call CQ, and I answered it, of course, and we got talking, and he told me about it, and I thought that was really, really interesting. And listened to myself in the playback, and didn't really sound as good as I thought it did in the headphones. So we made a few adjustments after talking with him on several occasions, and a lot of credit to him helping me get it where we're at right now. So if it wasn't for him and a few others, we wouldn't be having the stream going. But it's been a whole lot of fun, and we're going to continue doing it since we're having so much fun, and hopefully other people will enjoy it as well. Peter, thank you so much. Appreciate you giving us a call this evening. I don't see a contact in the my log, so thank you very much for the first one. By all means, come back anytime you hear us out there. Generally, when we're out here on the air, we do like to do the live stream as well, so we always like to get a chance to get you in there as well. But this will also be recorded. You can come back and listen to it anytime. Hey, listen, you and yours be safe, be well. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Again, we appreciate you taking the time to give us a call, and I know we'll have an opportunity many more times yet this year as well. So, hey, we'll say 7-3 for now. Kilo November 4, a Whiskey Tango Victor. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3.
Thank you so much. Whiskey.
Yeah, stand by, guys. Just let him clear, guys. Just stand by one.
73.
Yeah, no problem at all. I do appreciate it. Hey, I love to get to all you guys out there, but let them clear first before we do that. I'd be happy to try to get everybody here as well. I appreciate you guys being out there, but let the stations clear so I can make sure we can answer them back and so forth, and then we'll move on to the next one. That's the best way I can explain it. So I appreciate you all getting out there. We'll see how many we can grab this evening of the time we've got ahead of us. And we'll see what happens here tonight on a Wednesday night. QRZ, K0, RWB, anybody else? Come on in. Okay, how about the mobile station? Give me the call sign again, the mobile station, please.
Roger
Rogers. Whiskey 0, Whiskey Lima Alpha, Mobile in Colorado.
All right, Whiskey 0, Whiskey Lima Alpha. Sounds like Bill or William, what shows up on the logger. Just on the south side of Pueblo. I guess you're motoring around there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just kind of jumped in the car, had to run to the store, get a couple things for supper. So, don't know really what I checked into. I just turning the VFO around and heard you asking for check-ins there.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we do a YouTube channel here in the evenings and sometimes in the afternoon, and we're actually live streaming right now. And all we're really doing is calling CQ and make a few contacts, maybe some new friends in the process. And again, being on the channel, it's kind of a neat thing. You get a chance to go back and listen to yourself, as it is over the air and so forth. But nothing really special. We're just coming out and saying hi to everybody and so forth. Pretty familiar with your part of the country. We spent 11 years up in the Springs. We know the Front Range quite well. I assume that the logger's showing you're south of Pueblo, but you wouldn't be Pueblo West there, Roger?
Yeah, I live on the south side of Pueblo there. And, yeah, it's a little chilly here today, 15 degrees right now. And we had a little bit of snow last night. And not supposed to get above 30 for another couple days here. So winter has finally showed up in southeast Colorado.
Yeah, well, I know about those temperatures. 2 days ago we were at 71. We were at 21 yesterday and 15 today. So, yeah, we have what they call the yo-yo weather here in the Midwest. And that's exactly what we're dealing with right now is yo-yo weather. And we just got through listening to the weatherman. And come first of the week, we'll be back in the 70s. So that'll be really interesting. You go from parkas to shorts. So a little tough on the psyche there, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, well, I got to get out of the car here. But a little bit of QSB. But when you first came in there, you were holding in nice at 10 over. Dropped down to about a 7 that last round there. But that's the way it is with the radio. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your evening there. W0WLA Mobile.
No problem, Bill. Glad to do it. Thank you for giving us a call. We do try to take a little time set aside for mobiles, portables, and QRPs. I'm glad you jumped in there. Glad we get a chance to get a quick QSO with you. And hopefully we'll get some more here as well. If you hear us out there, by all means, give us a call back. And safe motoring around Pueblo. Nice to hear that we're getting some signals here to the west of us. We're going to call you West Coast, even though we know it's a mountain region. But from where our location is, that's how we're going to call it. So anyway, thank you so much for giving us a call. And please come back anytime you hear us out there. I'd like to catch up and see how things are going in your world. Whiskey 0, Whiskey Lima Alpha. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. You be safe, my friend. 7-3s. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please?
Whiskey 4, Romeo Papa Victor. Papa Whiskey 4, Romeo.
The Whiskey 4, was it Romeo Papa Victor, is that correct?
QSL, how you doing tonight?
Oh my gosh, we're doing great. We didn't expect to have this much activity. It looked like, at least at my QTH, the band was a little noisy, but gosh, everybody's been really good so far. This is going to be a great evening, I can just tell right now. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. You're coming in 10 over down here in Tennessee. I'm just running barefoot into an end-fed wire, over.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one thing great about 40 meters is 100 watts in a wire, or wire antennas in general here on 40. You really do a terrific job. We're running an inverted V off the side of the tower, about 38 foot. And it's a very unusual configuration, but it seems to work, so we're not going to mess with it there, Roger.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's working just great. You're booming in here really nice. And I really think your streaming service there is pretty cool. I was checking that out.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. We're certainly not the first one, to do this. There's a few others out there as well, and we know most of them, and they all have a different niche and so forth. Again, when I decided to do this, we did not want to do 5.9 QRZ, and you really can't do 10 or 15-minute QSOs. We do try to be very respectful of everybody's time. Then you take the time to give us a call, so you've got something you'd like to say or whatever. So that's kind of how we want to approach this. Again, it's still supposed to be about fun. It's about amateur radio. It's kind of cool to put the two mediums together. As I was telling the station earlier, we don't have an opportunity too often to hear ourselves on the air, and this is one way of doing it. The only downside, of course, is the webcam pointed right at me, so you get to see my smiley face. But other than that, it should be pretty fun there, Roger.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, looks like you're having a ball with that, and I think that's a good thing to, like you said, mix the media up and keep it interesting and Ken, with people on a different level. I think that's great. Over.
Oh yeah, it certainly is. Well, and the thing I tell people all the time, most of us anyway, how many times in a day does somebody go to YouTube to look something up, how to do this or reference that or what have you? And we do it all the time. I know I do. And again, this is the same way. And the way I like doing this is you may say, hey, Randy, I just tried this new antenna and it did this, it worked this well for us to somebody else. And there's somebody else out there listening who may come back later and want to hear that, or, a piece of equipment or something that worked, it didn't work, or what have you. And that's kind of what this is all about. But the bottom line is to have fun. If it inspires somebody maybe to get into the hobby because they didn't know you could do it with YouTube as well, maybe that's a great thing. But, yeah, if you can't tell already, yeah, we're just having a great time doing this.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's been fun tonight. Looks like a little QSB in there fighting against us, so I'm going to let you get back to it and say 73s, and I appreciate what you're doing. Over.
Well, no, I appreciate you giving us a call. And, yeah, the band gets a little noisy. It's jumping up and down. That last go-round, you were 20 over, and then the one before, last one, you're 5 and 7. So that's just the way it works. But, hey, we had a good little contact, had a nice short little chat, and that's all you can really ask for. But anyway, feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there, and we'd love to have a chance to kind of pick it up where we left off, see how things are going in your world. So anyway, have a great what's left of the Wednesday evening. Thank you again for taking the time. Nice to hear from Tennessee. That's the first one we've had tonight. Hey, we'll say 7-3s for now. Whiskey 4, Radio Papa Victor, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. You have a good night. 7-3s.
Kilo Oscar 4, Victor, Kilo X-ray.
Okay, fine business. The Kilo Oscar 4 station again, please.
Kilo Oscar 4, Victor, Kilo X-ray.
Okay, fine business. Kilo Oscar 4, Victor, Kilo X-ray, I believe. Is that Roger?
Roger that. That's Roger.
Oh, fine business. Well, very nice. Very nice. And right in one of my favorite parts of the country as well there, Roger.
Oh, Roger that. Yeah, we like it here in northern Alabama.
Oh, yeah, we know, right? Well, the logger showing Gunnersville. Is that pretty close?
Yeah, Gunnersville is probably about 40 minutes just east and slightly south of Huntsville.
Yeah, fine business. Well, we've spent some time there and have been through Huntsville as well. You know what? I will say this: beautiful country. We went through there September and October time frame. Of course, the change of colors and those kind of things, and just terrific country. And every place we stopped for fuel or food or whatever else, just met some of the nicest people in the world. And it does kind of rub off on you over time there, Roger.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great place. We live just overlooking the Lake Gunnersville here, which is really the dammed up portion of the Tennessee River. So we've got a lot of good things around us. Huntsville to the east. We've got not too far from Birmingham to the south. Of course, Lake Gunnersville and the parks and everything in this area. It's very comfortable here.
Well, yeah, I can imagine, Roger. It's probably. Yeah, it'd be terrible to have to be able to look over the lake there at Gunnersville. But yeah, well then you've got Wilson Lake or the Tennessee River, over to the west of you and so forth. If you're a water person, there's certainly a lot of places water-wise to get around. And I would venture to guess, of course, that is kind of northern Alabama, so to speak. So I'm not sure if you're getting some of the more milder temperatures, or are you kind of dealing with some of the colder ones as well?
Yeah, we get both actually, but during the winter it'll moderate a little bit. It'll get kind of nice and tease you, and then a big old cold front comes through, and that's when we worry about the nasty weather and the tornadoes and things like that we tend to get in this area. But it's more moderate than, say, obviously north of us, Tennessee or Kentucky, but it's not like being down on the coast either.
Yeah, well, we're sitting about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So I always tell people we get what we get. This time of year we have yo-yo weather. 2 days ago we were at 71. It was 21 yesterday and about 15 today. And then I think over by the weekend up in the mid-50s. And the first of the week they're talking a couple of 70s. So yeah, it's you go from shorts to parka and parka to shorts. But You know, I always tell people it's one day closer to spring there. Go ahead.
I know exactly what you mean. That's right. One day closer to spring. Yep, yes indeed. Well, you've got a really good signal here too. You're solid 5.9 plus. I heard you talking to the gentleman out of Tennessee there and kind of explaining your rig there. It looks like you got a 7300. That's what I have as well.
Well, yes and no. I need to update the 7300. It did give us life for a different finance or to help finance another purchase. We're actually running two FTDX 10s. So my apologies on the QRZ page. I got to get those pictures updated. We've combined Studio A and Studio B. So I'm not sure what to call it. Maybe just the studio. I'm not sure which. But yeah, we ran the 7300 for about 4 or 5 months. It was really kind of nice because we used a third-party software to be able to put our display up onto the channel. So I did like some of the features of it, but it was a little antiquated sometimes. So we've gone to the Yaesu FTDX10, which is we're currently running here now, and we're able to actually put our display up on the YouTube page. So again, when you call in, you actually see your own signal strength. You can see we've got the oscilloscope up. You can look at your audio wave pattern, those kind of things. And I think people kind of appreciate that, and they'll actually get an honest signal report whether I tell you what it is or not there, Roger.
Oh, QSL, yeah, I get that. That's very nice. Nice radio, too. Nice rig. I was going to ask you about the software. I've been looking into that, and I know ICOM's got a software that you can use with this radio, and from what I understand, you can even, if you've got it hooked up to a Wi-Fi or something, you can actually access the radio remotely over the internet if you have your laptop. Anywhere you can get a signal. But I was curious as to what software you were using that was interacting with the 7300, if you would.
You know, I can tell you here in a second. Let me see if I can find it here. It was a third-party software, and I'm trying to think. It was WIN, W-I-N, Whiskey India November, the number 4 ICOM Suite. So it was Windows, basically Windows 4, Win, W-I-N 4, ICOM Suite was the third-party software that we used. And that just basically allows you to have a second kind of monitor, display. And then what I did then was I used a video capture card on my computer and was able to take that screen and actually broadcast it onto YouTube through a software package called OBS Suite. So now with this rig, it directly runs right into it. So we use the same video capture card, and that allows us to go ahead and broadcast the actual radio display through the computer onto the channel there, Roger.
Roger, boy, that's nice. That is nice. Now that software you were using before you got the upgraded radio, was that just visual, or could you mouse over it and change frequencies, or can you alter it from the screen, or is it strictly visual?
No, you could do everything you could, like you did with the regular mouse or anything. Any of the features you used on the radio itself, on the 7300, any of the touch screens, changing bands and so forth. You can open and close the oscilloscope, what certain frequencies you wanted to see and what ranges. You could do all that. You can certainly change the colors and the fonts of the displays and so forth. And if I remember right, the program was not very expensive. I'm not sure. Of course, I don't use it anymore. It's been over a year. But it would certainly be something to take a look. And I do believe they offer a 30-day trial with it. At least they did at that time, which is about a year ago. It'd be something to at least take a look at there, Roger.
QSL on that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look that up and check into that. I think it'd be something nice to have. I know the one that ICOM has that's actually remote access and complete control of the radio from the computer, but I think they want about $150, $160 for the software.
Yeah, probably so. Hey, listen, before I let you go, the title tonight of the stream, and we'd like to get your take on it, is what is the longest confirmed contact you've made in amateur radio?
Okay, well, I'm relatively new. I got my tech license in December. I got my general license in January, and I'm going to be working on, my extra here. So I've only been really in it a couple of months, but Let's see. I can tell you that. I think Germany. I got a couple of contacts across the pond. Germany, Spain. Of course, the South seems to come in real well with me. I've got a 3-band fan dipole that I built. So to the south and to the north of me works very well. California, of course, but probably overseas, Argentina down in that area, Puerto Rico, those sorts of things.
Well, I think that's really good, especially for a relatively new ham. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the hobby. I think as time goes on, you'll really enjoy it. I'm sure. I can tell now you're having a great time. By the way, you're 5'9" plus, so terrific signal here in the Kansas City area. Of course, straight line we're 520 miles, so not a long distance, of course. But we do appreciate you sharing that with us. And that's kind of some of the things we do from time to time. We may have a question of the night for different topics and so forth, and we'd like to get our take on the operators that check in. This isn't about me; it's you guys out there. You have things you'd like to bring to the table, so to speak, and that's kind of the cool thing about doing this. So, but anyway, yeah, give a look and a listen there on the channel. Again, 2 ways to get to my YouTube channel. I've got a link on QRZ. You can click on it or go right to the search bar in YouTube. Put in my call. And then look for the video today's date. Of course, now it's going to say live, but we don't have timestamps. So, for instance, I think you and I probably started at about 22 minutes, so you could fast forward to that point, give or take, that give you a pretty good idea where we started there. Roger?
QSL on that. That sounds great. Let me ask you one more quick question before I let you go. Did you used to do broadcast radio by any chance? Because you got the voice for it.
Interesting you would say that. We did a short stint for AFN, Armed Forces Radio.
QSL, gotcha. Yeah, you definitely have the voice for it. But good, strong signal, and what a great contact. Really enjoyed talking with you, and I will be back. I'm looking at your QRZ page right now. I'm going to jump on I'm going to go to your website and check it out. But thank you for the time. Appreciate it. It was great talking with you. Hopefully we'll hear you again out here one day. And this is K0RWB. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Victor Kilo X-ray, and I'm going to say 73s, my friend.
Well, my pleasure, Roger. Thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you for the kind words and the good information. And again, congrats on the contacts. For a short period of time, you're doing really well, and it's working phenomenally well for you tonight as well. So, yeah, if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. As I tell a lot of first-time operators, you get 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular. And you get all the perks and benefits. We have a party, we throw confetti in your name and so forth. So 3 more to go, my friend. So by all means, if you hear us again, give us a call. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We do appreciate it, and nice having a chat with you as well. Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Kilo X-ray. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. You take care, my friend. 73s. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? Did I hear a Bravo Yankee? Was it a Bravo Yankee? A bunch of you in there. Let's see if I can try the Bravo Yankee, please.
Whiskey 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. QSL?
Okay, the Whiskey 8, something Bravo Yankee.
Whiskey 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee.
There we go. My apologies. I'm going to make sure I get you guys in the log correctly here. Otherwise, I'll never hear the end of it. Walter, good evening. Thanks for giving us a call. And again, the name here is Randy. How's things going tonight?
Going good, Randy. Been a while since we've talked. You've been on 20 meters a lot, and I can't get you when you're on 20 meters. I'm glad to hear you on 40 tonight. Over.
Well, you know, it's funny you should say that. We missed our window this afternoon. We were going to try to do a little bit on 20, and we had to do a short drive out of town, a couple hours out and back, and we kind of missed that window, so I told the YL, let's do an early supper, and we haven't been on 40 for so long, and we wanted to try to get that tonight. So we've had that little thing called COVID kind of get in our way here the last month or so, so that's kind of knocked us from being in front of the microphone. But I'd like to say we've got some light at the end of the tunnel, and we're certainly feeling better. And, gosh, we're just having a terrific time. Yesterday on 20 and tonight here on 40, I get a chance to talk to some of my old friends like yourself. And Mark is out there. Roberto is in there. Haven't seen Todd yet. Steve is in there. So, yeah, this is really going to be a great night there, Roger.
Yeah, it is. It's sounded busy for you already, and your question of the night, just to let you know, is about 6,400 miles for me. It was my third contact after I got my general, was to a gentleman in Japan. So that was like, rocking when I did that. Over.
Oh, that's terrific. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's quite a little distance. I really have a hard time getting to that part of the world. I don't know if it's timing or just my location or what. Every once in a while, I can hear a couple of JAs, and we're just I don't know. I just don't know what it is. But and there's others, and maybe because you're a little bit farther to the east than I am, and almost a daily activity they're getting into Japan and the JAs. But I just really struggle with it. So yeah, that's a terrific contact though.
Yeah, that was early morning, gray line. Just learning the ropes there, and just got lucky, I guess. One of them things that happens.
Yeah, well, you know what they always say, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, that's true for all of us, and here I am going about, 550 miles to you, and sometimes it's a struggle, you just don't know.
Well, that's right, and I said this yesterday, when the conditions are great, you can talk around the world on 10 watts, and if they're not, you can't talk across the street. So, and I've told people earlier, the numbers, I'm looking at the numbers, and they're not very good. KP is 2, and the alpha index is only 6, and the sunspot's 38. But, the band is open. We're all over the eastern seaboard, and everybody has had terrific signals tonight. And I don't know if people got a lot of things for Christmas, ham radio related, but boy, the audios on all these stations tonight that I've talked with has just been great.
Yeah, when the QSB isn't hitting us, you're coming in at a 5.9 plus 10 here and down as low as a 5.7, but that's really good. It's better than normal, the signal I'm getting tonight. Over.
Yeah, well, the reason it drops is because I run out of breath.
Yeah, we all have that problem. And speaking of that, I'm going to get off here and let you take some of these other calls that are out there. It was good hearing from you tonight. Wish you the best in 7.3s, and back to you.
Well, we're a little overdue. And, again, I appreciate a lot of you guys hanging in there. You and I have talked multiple times over the last year and so, and I do appreciate you coming back and giving me a shout again. And, that's not necessary for a lot of people, and I certainly understand that. But, it's amazing how time flies. The last contact I showed was October. And, here we are toward the end of February. So always a pleasure to hear you out there. Again, I apologize. There was other stations that were kind of almost the same call, so I had a hard time getting it down, but I wanted to make sure it was correct. So once I typed it in there and it pulled up, I knew exactly who it was. But I hope things are going well for you there in your neck of the woods. And just keep this in mind. We're just one day closer to spring, and I think family is doing well. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your evening, and by all means, look for us again. And we won't hopefully be that long distance in between. So you take care. Whiskey 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. This Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Walt. You take care.
Kilo Fox 4.
All right, 7-3, Randy. Whiskey Romeo Bravo Yankee, clear.
All right, take care, my friend. I did hear another station. Was it Kilo Fox 4 again, please?
Kilo Fox 4, Fox Victor Echo, Jeff in North Carolina.
Well, I got the North Carolina, but here's what I got so far. I want to get it correctly in the log. I'm slow, but I'm get there. I'm a turtle. Kilo Fox 4 Golf and then question mark.
Kilo Fox 4, Fox Victor Echo.
Okay, Golf Victor Echo. Got it that time. So this would be Mike or Michael then, correct?
Now, this would be Jeff. Looking at you and your YouTube channel, and see I'm running almost 5.9, and I'm reading you 5.9 here in North Carolina.
Yeah, fine business. Well, make sure I got it right. Was it Fox 4 Golf Victor Echo?
Kilo Fox 4 Fox Victor Echo.
Yeah, see, that's my problem here. We got one ear that works and the other one sounds like the phone is ringing. So anyway, we got it correct that time. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, again, we're just having a great time doing the live stream. I think other people are enjoying it as well. At least they seem to. And I just think it's a little something a little different, that it brings to amateur radio, taking two different mediums and kind of matching them up. And as I've told people many times, you don't have an opportunity to hear yourself on the air too often. This is certainly a way of doing it. And the only downside, of course, there's a webcam pointed at me, but we had an extra one, so we decided to use it there. Go ahead.
Roger, sir. I'm enjoying your webcam and enjoying the contacts. You have a great evening, sir. 73. So I'll let you go back to other contacts.
All right. Well, before you go now, we want to find out from you here. What's your longest confirmed contact in amateur radio?
Let's see. I think Osaka, Japan was my longest contact from North Carolina here.
That's terrific. Well, good for you. Well, yeah, again, you looking at the radio display, you know exactly what your signal report is, and you've done quite well. There's a little bit QSB, but that's nothing uncommon for 40 meters. But, hey, listen, I do appreciate you taking the time. My apologies on struggling to get the call, but I did want to make sure it was in there correctly, of course. And we'd certainly like to have you back anytime you hear us out there. And we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off, see what's happening in your world. And, we, again, take a look and a listen there on the channel and have some fun with it. Again, we certainly enjoyed it as well. Enjoy the rest of the evening here on Wednesday night. You and yours, you be safe and be well there. Roger?
Roger, sir. 73s, and y'all have a great evening.
Right, you take care. QRZ, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Any other stations, please?
Alpha Bravo 8 and Alpha Zero.
Oscar Yankee.
Was it an Alpha Bravo 8 station by chance? Alpha Bravo 8? Try it again.
Hi, QSL Randy. The call's Alpha Bravo 8 Alpha Sierra. Reed here in West Virginia. Over.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you was one of the first ones at the beginning there. Am I still 40 over?
QSL. You're 5'9" plus. It's right at 10 over at the moment, though. 10 over.
Well, okay, I'll take it, Reed. Hey, I thought once about giving you a call individual, but if you've been listening for any amount of time, there are a lot of operators out there, more than we ever anticipated. So it's been a struggle, but we want to try to get to everybody we can there. But yeah, no, you're doing good there as well. 5 and 9 solid, a little bumping over. So I think we've got some good conditions tonight there, Roger.
QSL. Yeah, the band's up and down. It's up and down, but you're a solid 5'9" plus. Like I said, 10 over. And it looks like this is my third time in the log. Last time we talked was August of 21. So what do I got to get to? Is it number 4 over?
Yeah, you've got to have 4 contacts in my log, and then we'll put you down as a regular, and that gives you all the perks and benefits. And then we have a big party, throw confetti in your name. So you've got one more to go.
QSL. Well, I'll look forward to it. Hey, listen, I just wanted to jump on here and say hello. Good band conditions right now. I got the notification there on YouTube that you were streaming, and thought I'd jump on here real quick and say hello. But good to get in the log again, and I'll be listening here in West Virginia. Thanks so much for doing this. K0RWB. This is ABHAS 73, Randy.
Well, it's always my pleasure, Reed, and I'm glad we got a chance there. Like I said. On the chat, you're the first one to jump on the chat there, so we did see it. And, of course, there have been a few others. We try to acknowledge everybody. We got so much going on here at one time, of course. We try to acknowledge people that are on the chat and people that check in with us. Steve has been there a few bit. Roberto has been online there as well. Todd tonight, Mark down in Florida. And then try to answer the calls here on the air as well. So it's a little bit of a juggling act. But, you sound good. Really nice to hear you. We haven't been on 40 for quite a little while. Some of the old COVID stuff has dropped around the household here. And it's the last thing you feel like is getting in front of the microphone. But we like to think we're on the other side of it. So we're hoping that we can continue to be out here. We do a little bit in the afternoons on 20. But we wanted to be here on 40 meters tonight because some people were not able to reach on 20, but we're doing okay on 40. Now, before you go, Reed, we need to have the longest confirmed contact in amateur radio. What do you got?
Yeah, I was just looking. I've been licensed since '89, September '89. And the one that comes to mind is a single sideband on 10 meters to Japan, and I think that was in the 90s when I had my general ticket. So I'd have to say Japan, over.
Well, that's really good on 10 meters as well. Congrats. Yeah, it's. I think you're the second or third operator tonight that's mentioned Japan, which is great. Again, I struggle to get in there, and one of these days I'll probably announce that myself what my longest contact is. But again, it's not about me; it's you guys out there. I want to hear what you guys got. So, okay, Reed. Hey, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate you standing by there. I'm glad you got in. With a signal like that, we shouldn't have had any problem hearing you anyway, because you've been that last go around was 5.9 plus 10, so that's good to hear. So anyway, I hope things going well for you back home, and by all means, we got one more, so we're hoping to be back out here tomorrow. So hopefully, if you got some time and you hear us, give us a call. We'll get you in the log as well. Alpha Bravo 8 Alpha Sierra. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Reed. 7-3s.
Okay, 7-3, Randy. Thanks so much.
You bet. 7-3s. QRZ. Any other stations, please? Let's see. I heard there's a bunch of you. I'm going to try to get you all. I heard a November Germany station. If you give me the call again, please.
Kilowatt 1, India, November, Germany.
Does that sound right?
Okay, Kilo 1, India, November, Golf, Germany. Is that correct?
QSL.
Okay, Jerry, fine business. Well, thanks for giving us a call. Hey, a second contact into Colorado. We had the southern part of Pueblo earlier, and I wouldn't say you're security wide field, but it does show the south side of the Springs, if I'm correct.
QSL, my friend. That's pretty much where I'm at. Right next to Security Whitefield. So you're a solid 10 over here. Beautiful signal coming into Colorado Springs.
Well, I appreciate that, Jerry. You're doing the same there as well, and always enjoy having a contact to any of the stations in Colorado, especially in the Front Range. We spent 11 years there in the Springs. We used to live up by Palmer Park and Powers. 3.2 miles from our house front door to the front gate at Peterson, if you know what I mean. And we've got friends up in the Black Forest. We closed Lowry down in '94. We were up in Aurora, and we've got family in Fort Collins, so we've got the Front Range covered there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, my friend. I work a lot up in Denver. I drive truck for a living, so I'm a gas hauler. So I'm the guy you're always yelling at to get out of the way at the gas station.
No. I want you to drive to my house. I can use everything you've got.
Well, like I say, great signal coming in here. I haven't been on the radio in over a year, and I got everything turned on tonight for the first time. It took me a few hours of checking wires and making sure everything's working. Right now, it looks like I got the amp fired up just to warm it up to see how well it would work, and looks like I got about a 600 watt PEP at the moment. So everything seems to be working, so that's good. It's been a while.
No, it really sounds good in my receive here, Jerry. Your signal, you're 10 over 9 here, and our QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. I apologize if I didn't mention that earlier. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. So, it's showing about 580 miles as a straight line between us. Not a terrible contact, distance-wise, but good signal-wise, of course. Nice to have a little bit of elevation on your end, of course, so that's great. If you've been listening for a while, hey, great. If not, just let you know we are doing our live stream here on YouTube. So our QSO is going live. It also records on our YouTube channel. If you're interested in listening, to our QSO, there's two ways to get to my channel. You go to my QRZ page. We have a link. You can click on that. Takes you to the channel, or go right to YouTube and put in my call, K0RWB. Look for the video with today's date on it. And, of course, it'll say live. I don't have timestamps, but if you did want to listen to it, you could probably fast forward to about, 38 minutes in, give or take. It'd give you a pretty good idea where we started. Anyway, if you get an opportunity, give a look and a listen. Thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment, don't leave a comment. What you think, what you don't think, that's okay. But we're just having fun with it, and I hope others are as well there, Roger.
No, Roger. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll definitely look into it here. It'd be interesting just to see what's going on. Anyhow, I'll let you go. Well, I guess I'll put out my longest contact. I'm guessing sitting here in the Springs would probably be in Southern Africa or New Zealand, but depending on which way you went. A lot of contacts up into Russia, so I've got a nice stepper antenna up there, and it sure helps a lot. So.
Well, that's terrific. Well, we've had other operators earlier kind of mentioned the same thing. There's been a few who've mentioned Japan, based on their location. Those are really good contacts. I will say this: wasn't going to do that earlier, but now that others are sharing, we did get into Antarctica, and that was a really tough one, just because of the time difference and with the weather and so forth. So we got into Antarctica, and I can't remember the distance per se. I think it was around 8,300, if I remember right. It might be a little bit long, but it was just an unusual contact. That's what kind of stuck in my mind. But again, for some people, it's that first one they've ever had, or it's the unusual QSO they had that people remember and so forth. So, and we do that from time to time. But tonight we wanted to kind of get an idea of some of the longest contacts. So we appreciate you sharing that with us. And if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. Again, I always enjoy talking to the Front Range, especially there in the Springs. I've got a contact. I talk quite a bit there in Fountain, quite a few around the Denver area, of course. Severance, which is up by Fort Collins, and Fort Collins itself. I've got another really good operator that's up in Estes Park, actually lives up in there. So we really do enjoy talking to you guys there in Colorado. It certainly kind of brings some things home for us. So please don't hesitate. If you hear us again, Jerry, give us a call. And we'd love the opportunity to have a chat with you again. But thank you so much tonight. The equipment is fired up just fine, my friend. You've been 10 over just about the entire time. So it's definitely working well here in my receive. Hey, listen, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you again for giving us a call. And we certainly look forward to the next one. And enjoy what's left of the week. Be safe on your travels behind the wheel. And I think people are starting to appreciate more and more what you guys do. Based on recent events, if you know what I mean. So anyway, you and yours be safe and be well, Jerry, and by all means, come back anytime. Kilo 1 India November Golf. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jerry. 7-3.
7-3, my friend. By the way, I do have a QSL card from Antarctica, so back when I used to collect them. 7-3 is my friend. K0RWB K1ING.
Well, my pleasure. You take care, Jerry. 7-3. So QRZ, any other stations, please? Kilo Foxtrot 5, Juliet Lima Bravo. Is that Jason?
QSL.
Well, hey, good evening. Well, you got such a great signal. You jumped over about a bunch of them there. Hey, thanks for giving us a call there. Nice to get our first contact into Louisiana tonight. The name here is Randy, the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And it looks like the logger's showing a straight line of about 650 miles between us there. Go ahead.
QSL, Randy. We're located in a little town called Pierreport, home of the TV series Swamp People. QSL.
Oh, fine business. Well, I'll tell you, you've got a terrific signal. You're almost 20 over. I don't know what the band is doing compared to what the numbers are saying, but I don't think the numbers are correct. Everybody's had great signals. You're doing just as well there. Go ahead.
QSL, I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. I just heard you in there, and I wanted to give a shout-out. I threw a dipole up in the air last week. My tower come crashing down, and we were just trying out this dipole so I get my new beam in there, QSL.
Well, I wouldn't change this one out too quick because you're 20 over. So that's really nothing to sneeze at. But no, certainly understand that. Sorry to hear about your tower. Hope you get everything squared away for you. And get some stuff up in the air that works for you as well. But yeah, this is doing a phenomenal job for you. I don't know. I don't see a contact in my logs. Looks like the first one for us, so I appreciate that. And also, if you've been copying the mail, we're doing our live stream here on YouTube. If you'd like to get a chance to listen to our QSO there, you can go to YouTube or go to my QRZ page. We've got a link. Just put in my call. If you go to YouTube, look for the video with today's date on it. And about 45 minutes in, you could fast forward to that part. Jason, give a look and a listen there. Go ahead.
QSL, Randy, I think I might just do that. But I appreciate the QSO. I know you got a pile of them coming at you, so I'll let you go. But I think I'll check out your YouTube page, and I wish you guys the best of luck. You guys stay warm up there. And we'll show you 73s. With that, I'll be clear on your final, KF5JLB.
Well, the pleasure is mine, Jason. Yeah, if you get a chance to give a look and a listen. and see what you think. The analytics always help. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, whatever, or nothing at all. That's totally fine. We're not really doing it for that. We're just doing it because we're having fun. I think other people are enjoying it as well. So, hey, you feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there. One of the few states we don't get into often is Louisiana. So thank you so much. It means a lot. We haven't had Louisiana contact in quite a long time, and we've never had one I can recall in Louisiana that was 20 over like yourself. So don't know what you're doing or what's in the water or in the ground down there, but it's definitely working for you tonight. So, hey, thank you so much for taking the time, Jason. Glad we got a chance to get a quick chat. And as I said, come back anytime. You enjoy the rest of your evening and what's left in the week, my friend, and you take care. Kilo Fox 5, Juliet Lima Bravo, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. You take care, my friend. 7-3s. Okay, any other stations, please? QRZ? Did I hear a Foxtrot Charlie station, please? A Foxtrot Charlie again?
Yeah, Whiskey Delta 4, India, Foxtrot Charlie, over.
Yeah, Whiskey Delta 4, India, Foxtrot Charlie. I believe the slogger is kind of taking his time. Stephen, or Steve, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I go by Scott, Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango Tango, and located in a little town of La Follette, Tennessee. That's in East Tennessee, about 40 miles north of Knoxville, and just south of the Kentucky line. Go ahead.
Oh, 5 minutes. Yeah, the logger is taking its time. They're trying to get everything pulled up with the maps and everything, so we've got you kind of dialed in a little bit, kind of see where the location is and where the state line, of course. Nice picture of your QSL card you got there as well. Probably need to start showing a few of those to everybody, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, terrific signal. I think you're probably the second contact we've had into Tennessee this evening. Again, just about everywhere we've been, everybody's had great signals. And, yeah, you're 5.9 plus. Nice to hear that we're getting in and out of the states, and nice to see we can get into Tennessee. First contact I have in my log, so thank you for that there. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Randy, no problem. Dialing the band and heard you, and you had a real good signal. The band is starting to do its thing a little bit. It's up and down. When first heard, you were better than 10 over S9. You've dropped down just a little bit, neighborhood of S7, S8, but it is fluctuating quite a bit. Good audio. Sounds awesome. Not a whole lot going on this end, Randy. I'm running an old ICOM 756 Pro with about 600 watts. And that's feeding an off-center fed Windham, which is only about 26 feet at the apex, so not much antenna-wise. Seems to work fairly well for us, though. When the Mother Nature of the bands wants to let us have a little fun. Good to hear you from Kansas City, and I did look you up there on YouTube, and we'll certainly take a listen here in a little bit and see how we're sounding out your way. Randy, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that 756 is doing a great job. I've heard several of them, even to this day. They were really ahead of their time. I think they were anyhow, and I can't say I've heard a bad one. ICOM's kind of like that across the board, actually. Kind of makes me wonder why I switched. That's another story. No, you sound really good. Almost 20 over here as well. So the equipment and the antenna is all working perfectly tonight. I think we're doing okay here on our end as well. We'll see later on if it changes that much. But before you go, again, I appreciate you going to take a look at the channel. Yeah, and have some fun with that. Enjoy it. Hopefully puts a little smile on your face. It does for me, because I usually listen to these after the fact just to see if I can pick up a few things that maybe I can work on next time and so forth. The title tonight is What's Your Longest Confirmed Contact in Ham Radio, so we'd like to hear what you got there. Go ahead.
Well, since I've been back on the air this summer, probably out the Seattle way is probably the farthest contact to the west, and then, of course, to the east, and working Italy and working Spain. I was on about a 17-year respite from the hobby, and just got back active, this past summer, this past August. And speaking of the old 756 Pro, I bought this thing brand new and only used it about, just a matter of weeks before I ended up off the air after my father passed away, and after the grandfather and the uncle and all the rest of the hams in the family passed away, we kind of lost a little interest. And this radio is virtually brand new. It literally sat in a box for about 17 years until I pulled it out and said, well, let's see what happens, and gave it the smoke test, and it's worked fine since August. So hard rig to beat, and it does a good job for me. And when it finally decides to go that away, then we'll look into something else. Randy, we won't hold you up. Thanks for letting me make the contact with you, and we'll certainly give your YouTube page a little closer look. Your rig is sounding absolutely awesome out this way. So till the next time, very best 73 to you, and I know there are just a ton of other people out there trying to work you, so we're going to let you go grab them. Take care and enjoy. K0RWB from WD4IFC. We'll see you now.
Well, the pleasure is all mine, and thank you for taking the time and hanging in there and waiting to see if we could pick you up, and I'm certainly glad we did. Again, I said it's a first contact in my log, and just so you know, 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular in my book, and you get all the perks and benefits of being a regular. We have a big confetti party in your name, so 3 more to go, Scott. So you feel free to come back anytime, and we certainly welcome everybody. We've got a lot of folks we've talked to lots of times in the last year, and we've got new ones all the time as well, which is always a lot of fun. So we'd certainly like a chance to have a chat with you again, kind of pick things up where we left off this time, and see what's happening in your neck of the woods. Just keep in mind, we're one day closer to spring, and that's all I'll say about that. So, and thank you for your distance contact. That's still pretty cool. Good for you. And this day that tells you you've had a little bit of respite, that the radio is ready to go. So you'll be making tons of contacts, I have no doubt. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you listen to the playback on the channel, because the audio and the signal has been really, really good. So congrats on that. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Thank you so much. And by all means, come back anytime you hear us out there. Whiskey Delta 4, India Foxtrot Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3.
Yeah, okay, Randy, 7-3. And one last thing, and when you get a chance, go to the QRZ page and look at the shelf of the old equipment. That's a whole lot of my old stuff collected throughout the years. A lot of old vintage stuff there. 73, Randy, enjoy, and we'll look for you again. WD4IFC. Bye-bye.
All right, you take care, 7-3s. QRZ, any other stations, please?
Kilo Charlie 8 Queen Delta Queen. That's Queen Delta Queen.
Kilowatt Germany.
Kilo Charlie 8 Queen Delta Queen. There's Jeremy. Where have you been, my friend?
Well, for some reason your videos quit popping up on my YouTube thing. I subscribed and even hit the bell, but I don't know. It just isn't popping up anymore. So I'm gonna hit them all again and give you a big old thumbs up and a like. So back over to you, Randy.
Well, it's not your fault. It's more mine. There's been some consolidations, renovations, a little bit of COVID mixed in that has kept us away from the microphone. You're not the first person to question that. I didn't anticipate us being missed at all. We're just an operator in Missouri. But I appreciate those kind sentiments. And nice to hear you again. It looks like it was November. And that's not uncommon, just the way the things have been the last couple of months. We thought 2021 was strange, and it started off that way in 2022. But I think we've kind of crossed over to the other side, and there is definitely some light at the end of the tunnel. We did have a few opportunities the last week or so in the afternoon for 20 meters. It does limit some people, based on location. And we missed our window this afternoon for 20. So we decided to make sure that we had an opportunity to get here on 40 this evening. And we've been pleasantly surprised. Lots of operators, terrific signals. People have something to say. Nice to reconnect with some prior contacts like yourself, again with Roberto and Steve and Mark, and I could just go on, and it really warms a person's heart to know that you guys are out there. So nice to hear you again. How are things in your world?
Oh, it's we're hanging in there, trying to battle the COVID stuff, I guess, and we're staying afloat best we can.
Well, that's good, and we thought we were in the clear, and apparently not. So, that last variant or whatever they call it, so forth, unless you're around here, I mean, you couldn't, I don't think you could escape it. It seems like it hit the entire population in the area. Now, I wouldn't say all at once, within about a 3-week period. And I will say this, it was nice enough to take care of me and the wife at the same time, so we both could enjoy it. That was the nice thing about it. So we both got to suffer at the same time. And I thought that was really nice of them to be able to do that. But again, we'd like to say, hey, we're done. We've got our antibodies, and we're moving forward. And we've got ourselves in front of the microphone.
Roger. Well, misery likes company.
It's funny you say that, because that's exactly what the YL said. And but that's an everyday story around here.
I hear you.
Yeah, well, like you said, misery loves company, and yeah, there's a lot to be said about that. So, I don't know if you're experiencing the same thing we are. We've got that yo-yo weather going on right now. A couple of days ago, 71, 21 yesterday, 15 today, and then I think over the weekend back up again. So I'm sure what I have, you're getting, and I will say that I'm really getting ready for spring there, Roger.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to jerk the old top off the Jeep. And this year I bought me a new teardrop trailer to go do the field day in. It's not a new teardrop, it's a 2009 model, but it's in good shape. So I'm pretty excited about field day this year. And I'm going to go out and throw me up a wire and see how good I can do.
Oh, I think that's awesome. Yeah, it really is. Field day or portable work, combination of those, it is a lot of work, to get everything set up the best you can, and, to have the antenna as efficient as possible and so forth. But, it sure is a lot of fun. We had an opportunity to do half a dozen or so portable, last year. And every time we went out, man, well, I tell you, we had such a great time, and operators were really, really fun to talk to. You're limited with the antenna you have versus your home QTH, but it was really, really neat. And we're looking forward to doing a bunch this year as well. And it should be fun. But yeah, I think you'll have a great time field day, and it sounds like you've got the right trailer for it. And the next thing you know, you'll have that thing packed, and you'll be looking for something a little bigger there, Roger.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'm not much of a camper, so I'll probably just stick with this little job here. Just do field day and winter field day with it.
Yeah, well, that's going to keep you busy anyhow. And then you'll change out the antenna, and you'll look for a crank over tower. And yeah, I know. At least that's what I end up trying to do, but it doesn't always work that way. But well, before I let you go here, the title tonight is "What's Your Longest Confirmed Contact in Ham Radio?" So what do you got for us?
Well, I'd have to just revert back to the last time, and it is confirmed. Is my moon bounce to Italy?
I thought you were going to mention that. And we do that from time to time. Of course, you know this as well. Is sometimes we don't connect, or people, we get new operators, so we kind of do this, rotational. I had a feeling you'd probably mention that because I've got it in the comments up here, so I saw it pop up. But I wanted others that are out there listening, because I don't think there's many operators that said they'd done a moon bounce into Italy.
Yeah, his call was, I think it was I2FAK. Let me look this up. I2FAK. was it. If you look him up, if you ever get time, look up I2FAK. He has a massive array for 2-meter moon bounce. And, of course, when I did my moon bounce using JT65, he was doing 100% of all the work in this contact. So if you ever look up I2FAK, it is a monstrous array. Back over to you there, Randy.
Yeah, I wrote it down. We'll give it a look later when we end this. And yeah, we'd be kind of cool to check that out. We've got till the bottom of the hour, so we got a little bit of time left. We don't want to run the batteries down, so to speak, but we've been out of touch for so long, and I know there's others that, like yourself, that are getting the notifications that want to come back in and say hi. We want to try to get to everybody, and I know there's a lot of maybe some first-time operators that we haven't had contacts with as well, so we're going to try to get those while we can here. So it's been a really interesting night, and we've been really fortunate to reconnect with some folks we talked before. Some have a little bit longer time between contacts than what you and I have. It was November for us, which isn't terribly bad. We've had some that were August, July, and those kind of things, and you kind of feel bad about that. But hey, we've got another one here tonight, of course, and we've got you in the log for February of 2022, so it's all good.
QSL, how many does that make us now, Randy?
I was just looking at that. Looks like 8, if I remember it. Yeah, this is number 9.
When do I get confetti again?
Well, we're still trying to recover from the last time. That's my excuse.
I hear you. Well, I'll let you get to the next guy. Always a pleasure. I love to hear your videos, and catch you later on down your log. This is Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Quebec, the hillbilly here in Ohio.
Well, Jeremy, nice to hear you as always. Thank you again for giving us a call. Good signal. I mean, usually we have a pretty good connection between us, but yeah, really good tonight. And currently the band is not being too bad. I know it's up and down a little bit, depends on what part of the country I'm at, but it's been really solid between us. So, hey, enjoy the rest of the evening. Hope you and the family are doing well. We certainly look forward to the next time. I hope it's not going to be 3 months like it was this last time. At least I'm hoping not to happen that way on my end. But, yeah, always nice to hear you out there. I think we always have a great conversation no matter we get a chance to get on the air. So I certainly look forward to the next one. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Kilo. No, Queen. Boy, I really butchered that one up, didn't I? I told you I'm rusty. Kilo Charlie 8, Queen, Delta, Queen. My apologies. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jeremy. 7-3s.
84, change.
Okay. Do we have any other, real quick here before we get the rest of the contacts, do we have any portable mobiles or QRPs? Since we are at the top of the hour, any portable mobiles or QRP stations come with your call, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Juliet Foxtrot, QRP.
Okay, I got the QRP here. Kilo Echo 8, question mark.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Juliet Foxtrot.
Okay, Kilo Echo 8, was it Sierra Juliet Fox?
Roger.
Okay, fine business. Want to make sure we got you right there. Well, hey, nice to hear a QRP this evening. Thanks so much. Glad we could get you in there. I'll look at the meter next time around. The name here is Randy, the QTH. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And the logger shows you a little bit south of Cleveland. Is that correct there? Go ahead. Well, I tell you, you're just above the noise. You're about 5 and 6, a little bit of 5 and 7. We kind of filtered it down a little bit to get rid of some of the noise, and we're able to pull you out. I think you said emergency battery power or something, and with a wire. What's the wattage there that you're running?
I'm currently running 5 watts. I got 2 of the solid 5.9 up here in Ohio, though. And name here is Dan, Delta Alpha November.
Yeah, okay, Dan. Well, I copied the 5 watts, and I copied the report at 5 and 9. Appreciate that. Sometimes my antenna, sure if we had any stations out there, but we sure do appreciate you giving us a call there, QRP there, Roger. Well, if it's on 5 watts, I think that would be a terrific distance. My logger showing straight line at 665 miles.
Yeah, that's what I see too. I'm not sure if that meets my record, but it's definitely either number 1 or number 2 at 5 watts. So I'm definitely impressed and just having a good old time out here making some contact.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people will overlook, the mobiles and the portables and QRPs, but, timing is the key, trying to get in there or whether you're going to go ahead and call CQ. But, I enjoy working low power, folks. I mean, it's a real knack, to hit it just right, the conditions and so forth. So I tip my hat off to you. Congratulations. You're doing okay. It really is. Like I said, I pushed a couple of filters to get rid of some of the noise and got no problems hearing you. You're about 5 and 7, which isn't too bad on 5 watts considering I'm doing about 750 there. Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, I've like I said, I'm pretty new to all this, but definitely sounds like a big difference, and I'm astonished all the time about how far radio frequencies can actually travel. But I appreciate you taking my call, and I know there's a lot of other people out there looking to get a hold of you, so I'll go ahead and say 73 and K8SAF with A0RWB.
Well, my pleasure, Dan. Thanks so much. Again, we've had a couple of mobiles, and you're the first QRP this evening, so thanks for that. It's always a lot of fun working QRP stations. Generally, when we're out here or you hear us on the air, we're also doing our live stream on YouTube. If you're interested in listening to yourself on the air, listen to our QSO. You can go to YouTube, put in my call, K0RWB, look for the video today's date, and you could probably fast forward to about 1 hour 8, would be pretty close to where you and I started. Give it a look and a listen to see what that 5 watt sounds like over the air there, Roger.
Roger, will do. And hopefully contact each other again.
Okay, Dan, thanks again. Enjoy your rest of your night, man. Thanks again for giving us a call there, QRP. And by all means, don't be a stranger. Feel free to come back anytime. Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Juliet Foxtrot, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. You take care. 7-3s. Okay, QRZ, we have any other stations out there, please? Come with your call.
Kilo Delta 2 Echo Foxtrot Romeo.
AD2B, and the name is Richard, QTH, New Jersey, over.
Yeah, okay, Richard, sorry about that. Give me the call again if you would, please.
Kilo Delta 2, Bravo, Echo, November.
Okay, Kilo Delta 2, Bravo, Echo, November. Is that correct?
That's right. Everybody thinks my name is Ben, but either got to change my name or change the call sign. We just keep it the way it is. Yeah, Richard's the name, Rich.
Okay, Rich. Yeah, we've had a couple of contacts. Gosh, wow, an old one and one in May of last year. Yeah, we were overdue. However, it's a new band. We've got you in 2016 on the old call sign, and we've got you May 27th of last year on the new call on 20 meters. So nice to have you here on 40 this evening. I do appreciate it. Yeah, the name here is Randy, QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And nice to see that we're making a little bit longer trips out to the eastern seaboard there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Randy. Now I remember, Yeah, I was shut down here from January for about 2 months with COVID. I was in the hospital there, but I recovered, thank God, very well. So, yeah, it's one of those things. So I was kind of just laying low for a bit. So I got through rehab here about 2 weeks ago, but I'm doing okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It decided to to drop at our doorstep as well about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks now, I'm not sure. But it was gracious enough to do me and the YL at the same time. So as my friend Jeremy said, misery loves company. So we were very fortunate. We were so excited that we both got to experience it at the same time. But I can honestly say I really don't want to go through that again. So let's hope that's the end of it there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Randy, yeah. Yeah, I was lucky. I mean, I don't know, it got somebody harder than I got it, the Delta variant, and went to the hospital. Somebody at the hospital business got me in there. And I was not in intensive care. So I did real good. I was off the oxygen in a week. Went to a real good rehab center. Hell, I was a week and a half in a rehab, and I'm walking around. You know, you get all that thing, man, you can't do anything. They try to teach you to walk like a kid, you know. So anyway, it worked out, so thank God. So I just do a lot of exercise, work, and keep going here.
Well, I'm glad you're first contact we've had into the New York area this evening. We've been out here just a little over an hour, so nice to see that we're kind of getting up into, I would like to say, the New England states, so to speak. We've been a little bit to the south view, Georgia, Tennessee, Louisiana, and of course a little bit to the Midwest area, but nice to see that 40 is open in your area, and you're good signal, good 5 and 9, so everything is working well for you.
Yeah, you too, Randy. About 20 over. Very good signal here tonight. The band is cooperating for a change again. All right, let's say hello to you again here now, and then I'll just get back in the swing of things, and then thank God it worked out okay. So we'll catch you again here, and take care of what's going on in Kansas there. So 73 right now from Richard in New Jersey, KD2BE, and take care.
My pleasure, Richard. Congratulations for coming through it and coming out the other side. I'd like to think I came out a better person. I'm sure you came out that way as well. Yeah, let's not do that again. Either one of us, for sure. But yeah, glad to hear that you're on the mend and you're back at it again. So yeah, you hear us again, of course, give us a call here anytime. Always nice to have a chance to chat with you. I'd like to have a little bit longer QSO sometime to talk a little bit about more aviation. I know we did that briefly once before, but I really don't get enough of it. And it's nice to talk with an aviator of your expertise and qualifications. Something that I can always learn, of course. But anyway, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Glad to hear that you're doing well, and we certainly look for you the next time around. Kilo Delta 2, Bravo Echo November, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Rich. Take care.
Okay, Randy, good talking to you again. We'll see you down the line here, 73 from KD2BE.
Okay, you take care. QRZ, any other stations out there, please? Give me your call.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. That's got to be David.
Roger that. I saw it on there. I wanted to throw in, I'll even throw the answer to your question in. Bayo Vista, Brazil has been my longest contact.
The frequency currently in use, KC8RBR.
Yes, sir, it's still in use. Thank you for asking. Well, David, thank you for volunteering that. I was going to get to you, but you beat me to it. You beat me to the punch. Hey, how about that? Yesterday on 20 meters and tonight on 40, and you sound just as good here on 40 meters.
I thank you for that. 40's been working good around here. It's been excellent. I've been 35-mile QSO to about a 95-mile QSO and into you out there.
You know, it's really strange, and I've mentioned this a few times, especially when we started about an hour ago, is the numbers are not good at all. I mean, Sunspot's only 38. You know, the Alpha Index is 6, KP is 2. But everybody I've talked with tonight, and we just finished with Rich up in New York, that's probably been the longest contact tonight. We've been to Colorado twice, been to Tennessee, been to Louisiana, been to been to Ohio, been to the Cleveland area, about in Georgia, and everybody, except for the one QRP, Dan up here just south of Cleveland, that's only on 5 watts, and he was 5.7. Everybody else has been 5.9 and plus, so I don't know if we can put a lot of stock in those numbers, but for me, in my location, the band is in great shape. Everybody sounds great.
Roger that. I think some of it, the KPE and the sunspots and all that has something to do with it. But I sometimes think some of the physical weather aspects have got something to do with it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know who puts those numbers together sometimes, but I guess they could be wrong as well, couldn't they?
Roger that. Like I said, last week, 40 around here.
Yeah, the frequency's in use, sir.
Those have been great.
Yeah, I you know, again, every time I think I can figure this stuff out, it throws me a curveball. And, you know, so I just kind of shrug my shoulders and say, forget about it. I call CQ, and I can always find somebody to talk to, and that's good enough for me.
Roger that. Like I said, I just wanted to jump in there and throw that out real quick. And it's good to talk to you on 40 nights tonight after talking to you on 20. And with that, I'm going to say 73, K0RW88 RB White, 73.
All right, David. Hey, great. You know, signal strength about the same on both bands. You were about 5 and 9 yesterday as well. You're 5.9, a little over here tonight on 40, so that's always good to know. Always a pleasure, you know that, to hear you out there. And generally, when we get to the Kilo Echo 8 Romeo, I kind of have an idea that's you. And we were pleasantly surprised. So nice to hear you for 2 days in a row. No worries at all, and nice to hear you on 40 as well. Hey, until the next time, we'll see what's going on in your world, no doubt about it. And thanks for giving us the longest contact as well. Enjoy the rest of your night, David, and what's left of the week. I know we'll talk again real soon. Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Bravo Yankee Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, David.
Contact AG4JH.
Was it Alpha Golf 4 Juliet Alpha?
Alpha Golf 4 Juliet Hotel. Juliet Hotel. Always wanted to North Missouri, and I think I'm just about making it there. K0RWB from AG4JH.
Yeah, if I type it in right, this would be Oscar, just outside of Miami.
That's Roger. The name here is Oscar. And we are located in Miami, Florida. QSL?
Yeah, fine business, Oscar. Well, thanks for giving us a call. We just cleared with my friend David, so good timing on your part. Yeah, no problem. 5.8, 5 and 9. A little bit of noise, but that's what 40 meters does. 1,214 miles a straight line, so you're definitely the longest contact this evening there. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. That's terrific. Well, down here it's hot and humid in Miami as always, Randy. We're running an ICOM 7300 today, an ICOM 7300 and about 400 watts on an Ameritron 811 amplifier on an inverted L antenna. And Randy, you sound terrific, man. You're 5'9". There is some QSB on 40 meters today, but as you said before, with the good sunspots, even bad up and down, but man, I haven't seen the band this active in a while now, in a couple of weeks. So very happy to work you there, Randy. You sound terrific. I think I'm running mid-CBA.
Well, we've been very fortunate, at least this evening, Oscar. Yesterday, we were on 20 yesterday afternoon. Quite a bit of activity, a lot more activity here on 40 than I ever anticipated when I called CQ about an hour and a half ago, and it's been nonstop. It's been just a terrific time. Had a lot of fun. We've talked to some operators that we've had a chance to talk before, and some new operators as well. It does make it a lot of fun. The question that we're doing tonight, Oscar, real quick before you go, tell us the longest confirmed contact you've had in ham radio.
Oh, that's a good question. That would be Cabo Verde, Cape Verde off the coast of Africa. On 10 meters, and that was just awesome. I mean, he told me he's the only amateur radio operator on the island of Cape Verde there. Go ahead.
Oh, how about that? Hey, how cool is that? Very cool. Congrats for that. I think I've talked to maybe one or two other people who have got into Cape Verde. But yeah, that is really, really cool. You know, we try to do something a little different, at different types of the year, different nights and those things. And that's one of the questions we like to pose because, either somebody has a very unusual first contact or the longest contact or the best QSO. And everybody has a different story, and I think that's the cool thing that we're all able to share. And that's what we decided to do tonight, was try to find out the longest confirmed contact. And I would say at this point, yours is probably the most unique there, Roger. Okay, Oscar. Yeah, the band's diving a little bit, but hey, we're trying to look at maybe alternating some days between 20 and 40. So maybe we get a chance to work you on 20 meters as well. We do get into Miami pretty good on 20, but 40 meters, it's a roll of the dice. We shared contact. We shared information. That's a contact in my book, so not a worries there. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Glad we got a chance to get a short conversation, and thank you for sharing your contact information there as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I know we'll do it again. Please give us a call if you hear us out there. Alpha Golf 4 Juliet Hotel out of Miami, Florida. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Oscar 73s. All right, thanks again. K0RWB, QRZ, do we have any other stations, please? We've got a few more minutes left. Was there a Kilo, was it a Kilo 7 station? I'm sorry, try it again.
Kilo Juliet 7, Foxtrot, Alpha Tango.
Okay, Kilo Juliet 7, I believe you said, Foxtrot Alpha Tango, is that correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Woo! I was getting worried. I wasn't sure if I was typing it in right or not, and the logger started to play around with me. Well, Richard, or Rich, you can correct me here on the next go-around. Thanks for giving us a call. We got ourselves a West Coaster. Hey, that's awesome. The name here is Randy, the QTH. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. I'll give you a signal report the next go-around there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you guys were you're booming in here nice and loud, but the conditions are kind of up and down, I guess. Anyway, I thought I'd jump in and see if I could make a contact there. I'm not too awful experienced at this. I've only been doing it a couple years, so I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. I've got a 7300 over here with a Mosley beam up on a 60-foot tower and shooting at your direction.
Well, I'd say you're doing okay. So, hey, congrats on that. Well, we thought our longest contact was just out of New York, but you've just beat that by a few hundred miles. So, the logger's showing a straight line of 1,545 miles between the two of us. So, so far, you're the longest contact, especially here on 40 meters. We're running an inverted V off the side of the tower, about 38 foot, and very unusual configuration, but it seems to work, and no problem copying it all there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm sure there's plenty of guys waiting in line. I just thought I'd jump in and say hi and give it a try. So I appreciate your time.
Well, happy to do it. Before you run, our question of the night is, what's your longest confirmed contact in amateur radio?
Now, I would have to say Rarotonga.
Oh, man. Outstanding. That's over in Africa?
I think it's the Cook Islands, south of the Cook Islands.
Okay, fine business. Wow, that's the one I've not heard of before. How long ago? What band was that?
Ooh, I keep a paper log, so I apologize. It takes me a while to get back to that, but it's fairly common for us over here on the West Coast to be able to get, Australia and those folks down that direction.
Yeah, see, I think your location, you're probably have a much better opportunities to get into New Zealand, Australia, and so forth. Little difficult for me here. I will say this really quick, is that the times we've gotten into New Zealand and Australia, we've actually had to work them long path versus short path. So we're basically pointing 90 degrees and going around to be able to make the contact. So I don't know why it's doing that or why it works that way, but hey, we were able to make the contact. But hey, thanks for sharing that. I do appreciate it. Feel free to come back again anytime you hear us out there. We are running our YouTube live stream tonight, and thank you for joining us here on the YouTube channel. And if you like to listen to our QSO, no matter how brief it was, you can get to my channel one of two ways. You go to the QRZ page, you can type on the link I have, or you can go right to YouTube, go to the search bar and put in my call, K0RWB, look for the video with today's date on it, and then you could kind of fast forward to about an hour 25 in. That's about where we started. Give it a look and a listen, see what you think. Nice to hear you up there in the upper northwest, so to speak. And hope you'll have a chance to come back here anytime there, Roger.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate you getting back to me, and I hope I didn't screw up too bad. So have a fantastic evening, and I'll say 73s.
No, there's no screw up at all. And if so, that's for both of us, and that's what amateur radio is all about, man. So no worries at all. You did terrific. We'd love to have you back again anytime. You got good signal, good audio as well. So your station's working fine. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know you're a couple hours ahead of us there. So you take care, be safe, and be well, and enjoy what's left of the Wednesday. Kilo Juliet 7, Foxtrot Alpha Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care and take care.
All right, 73s. Good.
Okay, QRZ, we're almost at the bottom of the hour. We've got time for one more call this evening. So we'll see who we can get here and who we can hear. K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ.
Kilo X-Ray 4, Mike November.
Hotel.
EKU. Wow, big signal. Kilo X-Ray 4, Mike November. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Very good, Randy. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're sounding good here, too. You're about a 5.9 plus 10 into South Carolina.
Well, you know, it's really nice. That's the first one into South Carolina. It was surprising because we have several operators we've talked with on many occasions in South Carolina. I guess they had other things going on tonight, which is really not unusual, of course. But yeah, you were peaking 20 over in the receive here, so I didn't have no problems hearing you at all there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. On that last over, you were plus 20 there too. And according to my logging software, distance-wise right now, we're about 1,100 miles as the crow flies. Actually, it says 1,097 miles apart. I don't know if you got that on your end. You must have that in your logging software too. I heard you mention a distance to New York. I'd be curious to see if your logging software gave approximately the same distance as mine. Now back to you.
Well, I'm wondering. I use Log for Old Men, Log for OM. I've been using it for 6 or 7 years. And what it does, I put in the call, it shows me or gives me the grid number or grid location. So I've got a grid box, and it shows between Westminster and Clemson of 681 miles.
Okay, interesting. Well, you got the right location. Yeah, I'm right near Clemson. Yeah, my logging software says 1,097. Interesting. I'm going to have to see. And thinking about it, let's see. You're Missouri. Yeah, 1,000 miles doesn't sound right. Yeah, maybe my logging software might be wrong. I'm going to have to. And it has you in Bates City. Is that QSL, Randy?
Oh, that's correct. And no disrespect intended, but it's not set up for kilometers by chance.
It very well could be. I'll have to look into that. It's an unusual software that I use. It's called SwiftLog, and it is. I don't know who originally wrote the software, but I know that it's maintained out of Germany. So, when you do tech support and stuff for the software, it's out of Germany. It could very well be in kilometers. I'll have to look into that. That would, I think that would make sense. Yeah, very interesting. You were asking about the longest contact. One of your questions for today, longest contact ever made. I'm relatively new ham too. Been doing it for a couple of years. I do enjoy DXing, and I'm just working with an off-center fed dipole antenna and maybe about 700 watts. And my longest contact was a VQ. It was a VQ4SX back in February of last year, and according to my logging software, now that distance is 14,639, which sounds like miles. That kind of makes sense to me, I believe. Yeah, I'll have to look into whether I'm looking at miles or kilometers. But that's the longest one I have. Back to you.
Well, no, and I think that's very cool. But here's the really cool thing about yours and my CUSA right now. I don't care how far it is. We're making the contact. We both got great signals. You can't ask for more than that, whether it's 5 miles away or 600 miles away. The only reason I do different questions from time to time because I'd like to get information from you guys, your operators out there in ham radio world, because we all have different. We've been optioned for different types of contacts or hitting that right moment at the right time and so forth. And I think it's really cool, at Cape Verde and some of the places you wouldn't even thought about, Antarctica and different places. I think it's really cool, and I'd like for people to share that. And I think other people listening get a kick out of that as well.
Oh, yeah, Roger. I have no question about that. Yeah, the distance sometimes doesn't matter. I have a wall map, and I like to put pins on some of the more unique contacts, and of course the longest ones I've made just to track those. And in the United States, I have no pins in the United States because I've talked there all the time, and I consider that to be relatively easy contact. But those are my best contacts, and I have besides ham radio, I have a couple other hobbies, radio-controlled airplanes, and I have an audio engineering background and broadcast background, so on and so forth. And and I love talking to people in the United States that have similar backgrounds. I think the longest contact I've ever made was about an hour and a half. Talking to a total stranger somewhere in the United States. But that's always the best. Get back to you, Randy.
No, that's awesome. And I would ask you. You said you have a audio engineering background. You could be a very valuable resource from time to time, no doubt. And I'm sure when you let people know that during CUSO, they probably want to pick your brain as well. And I think that's a really nice, a little bit of experience to have, especially when you're dealing with amateur radio. Of course, we're not dealing with a whole lot of width. 3KC isn't a whole lot of a range for audio. So you certainly try to work the best you can with a little bit we get and so forth. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And we do know some and others involved in the remote-controlled hobby. I know a lot of folks that it's interesting that even one step above that is there are a lot of aviation folks that are also ham radio operators. It's interesting. We have a lot of diverse backgrounds and interests and other hobbies, but we always have the same hobby that kind of joins us all, of course, which is amateur radio. And I did listen to a CUSO earlier this afternoon. I wasn't going to be keying the mic. And a guy was just very profound about what a great hobby it is, and trying to find a hobby that has as many branches to go into if a person wanted to. So it's really neat to to hear that, and it's very true. There's just a lot of different areas that we can certainly go in this hobby there, Roger.
K0 RWB Kilo X-ray 4 Mike November. Oh, there's no question, Randy. There's so much diversity in this hobby, and you can get as extensive into it as you want. That's for sure. And you don't, and your technical background could be somewhat minimal to people that have specialize in RF engineering and everything in between. And there's no, whether it's analog or digital or dealing with, you're absolutely right. It's, you could be doing Earth to moon bouncing. So, it's just amazing. Or talking to people on the ISIS, the space station. Anyways, yeah, it's incredible what you can do with it. Yeah, but I'm always amazed how similarities. I always find a lot of I do radio-controlled airplanes, but I always find a lot of pilots, actual pilots on the air, and of course people who do radio-controlled airplanes, and model railroading is another one, and motorcycles and auto-related things, and of course broadcast engineers. You find those guys on the air, and people with audio engineering, recording engineering, musician backgrounds. It's a great place to meet if you have those kind of interests. And even if you don't, then I'll be talking to the guy that his only thing is ham radio, and he's an accountant, and that's all he's done his whole life. But anyways, Randy, I'll let you go. I think you said you were this was the last contact, so thank you. I appreciate that. And I will be looking at your YouTube channel there later on this evening. But I should probably let you go. Back to you, Randy.
Oh, no problem at all. Well, I'm glad you gave us a call, Mark, and it does show in my log as our first contact. So thank you so much for that. We've kind of been on and off the air. 2021 was pretty crazy for a lot of folks, and the first part of 2022 has been that way for me as well. And we're just getting on the other side of our COVID stint. And I'd like to think we kind of see some light at the end of the tunnel, and it's nice to get back in front of the microphone. And we've kind of missed it. We've had an opportunity to talk with a lot of people the last year, and a lot of repeats, and some first-time operators like yourself and so forth. And we're never seem to be lacking for content or things to talk about. And that's the cool thing. And that's one reason why I started to do the live stream on YouTube is because you've got information you can share, whether we're just having a conversation that somebody else may be listening to that may want to go back and listen to it again on the YouTube channel. And there's information that can be shared, or experiences, and that's the great thing about the hobby. And it's really great to be able to take these two mediums and put them together, YouTube and amateur radio. And of course that goes on to all different things as well. And you've already mentioned those. So yeah, we do need to shut it down here. We've been out here long enough. We don't want to hog the frequency, of course. And you had such a great signal. We had no problems hearing you. We do plan to be back tomorrow. I will say this, if you'd like to know when we're going to be back again, we never have a particular frequency. We try to find an open spot and hope we don't interfere. If you go to the channel, you don't have to subscribe, but there's a little notification bell that would at least tell you, hey, Randy's live again, and then you could look at the channel and see what frequency you're on. If you wish to do so, great. The analytics changes of thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment, don't leave a comment, like, tag, share, follow, whatever. It's totally fine. We're not doing it for that. We're doing it because we're having fun. I think others are as well. So, Mark, with that, I'll say 7-3s. Thank you again for taking the time to give us a call. Really enjoyed our short conversation. Nice to hear you from South Carolina, and I hope you'll come back again. If you get a chance, like I said, give a chance to look and listen on our QSO there on our channel, and listen to your audio. Terrific, especially for somebody in your line of work. It sounds really good in my receipt. Anyway, I'll say 7-3s for now. Enjoy what's left of the Wednesday evening, and by all means, come back anytime you hear us out there. Kilo X-Ray 4, Mike November, out of South Carolina. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s.
Yep, thank you, Randy. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch you again, and appreciate talking with you. K0RWB, this is Kilo X-Ray 4, Mike November. Stay safe, stay healthy. 73s to you.
All right, you take care, 7-3s. I do want to give a quick shout out here. We've got somebody real special here. We've got Jordan on the live chat. Victor Kilo 2, Oscar Zulu India, who's watching us on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that, Jordan. Nice to hear you out of Australia. Mark is in there, Alpha 1 India Alpha. Steve is there, Kilo 0 Juliet X-Ray November, has been there most of the night. Appreciate you guys doing that. It's been a lot of fun, and nice to hear you guys out there and supporting the channel. We got Reed earlier in the evening, of course. We do plan to be back out here again tomorrow. Could be 20 meters, could be 40 meters. We're not sure yet. You just have to kind of see what pops up on the notifications on YouTube if you've subscribed. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're going to say 7-3 for now. We appreciate everybody who's been out there and those that have been watching us this evening. Mark, thank you so much for those kind words. Everybody out there, have a great evening. Thank you so much for taking the time to check in with us. I hope you've enjoyed it near as much as I have. And we look forward to the next time. We hope we can get everybody in the log. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City. We're going to be clear QRT.